Well, at this point in the 21st century, it's innovate or die is basically the situation. That's really, in terms of the field that I work in, I'm working in politics, and particularly the politics of the internet and new media. Actually, even what happened last week is a long time ago. But people always used to say week's a long time in politics, but it certainly is now. The thing is that so dealing with political issues, particularly in the area of the internet and social media, is that things are changing all the time. So you have to be flexible, and you have to be not intransigent. You have to be transigent, if there is such a word. So that's kind of what comes to mind straight away. Is that you have to be ready to respond, and that's so both kind of set the agenda, but also to be ready to be flexible to the agenda. Well, one of the things that's starting to happen is that you do see that even for campaigns, there's even election campaigns people have their own hashtags. One of the problems that exists at the moment in terms of politics is that traditionally how it's worked is that, particularly coming up to election times, that the job has been that party activists go out and knock on the doors of people that are that either they're supporters or are in the particular constituency to get the message across. Thing is, now people live in a very different way. It's like, where that sort of rooted back in the kind of past. And the thing is, you just look at kind of, say, in Salford or in Manchester, how many blocks of flats there are. Having done this, I can tell you it's not easy to kind of, to get in contact with people. It's like, and actually we're quite good at that. Is also, it's partly you have to be a little bit brazen, and also one of the reasons we've been more successful is that is actually we've been a little bit more kind of creative about how you get in contact with people, because also that's what makes people even know that there's an election on, apart from anything else. Which lots of people. There's a lot of information now. That's the thing. It's about constantly thinking how you cut through that big stream. In terms of inspiration from unlikely places, I tend to think of that as kind of most literally in terms of actual places. The whole thing about Iceland really interests me, just because it's sort of actually just its own very sort of special place. I haven't been there, but actually what seems to have come out of that really interests me, which kind of music and culture and politics. And Birgitta Jónsdóttir is basically an activist who ended up also in the Icelandic parliament, and she's kind of also setting up an Icelandic version of the Pirate Party at the moment. And she's a very inspiring woman, also partly because again she's really kind of activist and but said, do you know what, I can now actually now the thing is also pushing to be in the political sphere and actually getting elected means they can't avoid me now. Before I was out on a demo and they could kind of step past me. Now they don't, because I'm actually in the cafe with them.